Okay, here we are back in Exogenesis for the third night. Where we left off, we said something wrong to Ag, and he wasn't very happy. He kicked us out, and we need to try to convince him to join our cause. You'll concede eventually, Ag. There's no way you don't care about this, even if it's just to get the gang back together again. Here I come. That's one path less traveled for good reason. It's blocked. And I'm not going to waste my time examining things. But it is kind of neat that the things you can observe changed as the time progresses. That's something you don't see too often in some of these visual novel games. The Empyrean, it's the place to be if you want to hang out with drunk dudes and a weird maid girl. Speaking of which, welcome back, mister. Whoa, where did you come from? I was staying right here. You didn't notice? Sorry, don't take it personally. Please, don't apologize, master. It's nice to see you again in the Empyrean. Enjoy your stay. I sure will, thanks. Let's go talk to the weird dude. Stop. What the hell? Let me read your mind. You were thinking of talking to me, weren't you? Ha 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 ha. Ha ha ha. Ha 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 ha. I regret even entertaining the thought. And I'm starting to regret even entering the bar. Don't be such a downer. I have a new joke for you. This one is better, I promise. Hit me. This better be a good one. It is. What do you call a fake noodle? I don't know. A fake noodle is an impasta. That was terrible. Do you have anything else? Ah, crud. Let's click no this time. Not interested. Not now, I'm a busy man, believe it or not. Careful now, that's how you turn into a grumpy old man. Ha 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 ha. Okay, I'd already smack this guy if that were real life. I sure hope not. I can't stand that annoying laugh. Let's talk to Stabby Stabby here. Do I look like a pile of shit? Why do you keep buzzing around me? Give me too much credit, I'm not that slick. So what do you want? Your tongue loosened up a bit yet? I'm really curious about what you said last night. Want me to loosen yours? How do you even make friends? How about you make friends with the corpses I'm about to bury you with? Hey now, let's not get ahead of ourselves. How bad could this dark history of ages be? Bad enough that his lips are sealed tight about it. You can't help me out? I'm not a charity worker. Oh well. So what do you want? Darla has a story, doesn't she? None for your ears. Could Darla possibly be... I'll go with daughter's name. You named your knife after your daughter? That's a disconcerting choice. The hell are you yabbering on about? You speak so dearly of Darla, you must be incredibly proud of her. It only makes sense that you named her after your child. Are you telling me Darla is a little girl's name? Want me to show you who's the little girl? Nah, I'll pass. Okay, Darla is definitely not his daughter's name. Okay. I'm gonna try his mother's name now. Your mother's name? How sweet of you, crud. No matter where you are or what you've been through, the heart still lies at home. Not sure I like where this is going. Hey, we all want to just go home and smell the pie at some point in our lives. Thwap. Sukeki threw his knife at you, who dodged it expertly. It's never going to work on you, is it? I can't count the number of times I've had to dodge a sharp object flying at my face. Funny, you're the first to dodge Darla twice. That gives me an idea for a your mom joke. Care to try? I'll pass. The way he's looking at me right now, I think the smallest push will send him over the edge. That's my cue to scram. So what do you want? Darla has a story, doesn't she? And we'll go with wife this time. Darla is your wife's name, isn't it? I'm sure you want to be with Darla forever and ever. Say what now? Darla's my spouse? I'll take that as a compliment. floats your boat, I guess. That's one boat you don't want to rock either. To answer your question, no, I did not name Darla after a wife. A wife? Not my wife? You heard me, or do you need Darla to clean your ears? You're sparkly clean, thank you very much. You got a crazy idea of personal hygiene, buddy. Okay, so we got to go through all three options. Lucky us. What are they all worked up for? You gotta be out of your mind. That's the most stupefying idea ever. Ah, shut up, will ya? When this works, I'll be laughing at your sorry ass while eating premium Sanctus meat. You can't just rely on a botched chip like that. You'll get yourself killed. This one ain't botched, fool. Just gotta reconfigure it to accept a new ID, and then I'll be drowning in Sanctus booze. The only thing you'll be drowning in is your own blood when your stupid plan fails. Actually, it just might work. What are you talking? Oh, it's you, the Charlton kid. What do you know about anything, punk? I'd tell you if you were a little nicer. You should ask AG how many times we've had to trick Sanctus scanners. No kidding? Must be a bunch of bollocks. Believe it or not, I've hacked biochips so many times I can probably do it on a unicycle. While juggling an elephant and 2 chainsaws. Mind proving you ain't all talk? Oh, he doesn't look all talk to me. He's got talk and cry in him. Now this guy is just begging for a fight. Calm down, you. Remember why you're here. Don't get too involved. What are you looking at me for like that for? You idiot. Why would you be so rude to someone who's trying to save you? Or do you want to die like a dog once Sanctus soldiers realize your chip is fake? This front? Wasn't he a garbage collector or whatever? You're really pushing me here. Piss off, you drunk bastard. You, right? Think you can help this hopeless mongrel? Yeah, right, as if I need help hacking this little thing. I'll give it a shot. As long as I can look at it without someone breathing down my neck, I should be able to rewire it. That way, it will accept the new ID. Truth is, Toshio's always been the one assigned to biochip hacking duty, but I've seen him do it enough times so I can probably pull it off. Probably. It's not like I've got anything to lose, and odds are I'll do a better job than some drunk guy. Hear that? Just shut up for 1 minute while the kid does his thing. Nobu reluctantly conceded, grumbling incoherently as he handed Haru the chip as well as the tools he needed to modify it. See, the guy's not as stupid as he looks. He knows he ain't got the slightest clue on how to make the counterfeit Sanctus biochips. If it was easy, everyone would be doing it. And you think I can? The way AG would talk about you whenever he'd reminisce. I'd say it's a safe bet you got more skills than the typical street rat. I'll take that as a compliment, I suppose. Now give me that. You moved to the table Haru and Nobu shared. He examined what he had at his disposal to create a fake chip that could fool Sanctus' scanners. Looks like your friend's ramblings weren't baseless after all. This chip is in mint condition. I'll be done in no time. Just gotta make sure the ID is synchronized with the board. When all the lights turn green, the chip should be good to go. 8, 7, 6... There. Too bad you can't really test it. Stolen scanners can't connect to Sanctus' database, but the little bugger should work. Circuit board is golden and the ID looks legit. As long as you don't act suspicious in front of a Sanctus guard, you'll be as good as indoctrinated. For real? You could have done it yourself, but you also would have gotten yourself killed. Don't mind him. That boozehead doesn't have a big enough vocabulary to be thankful. I wonder... You know how convenient it is to be taken under Sanctus' wing, don't you? You and AG have been everywhere. You've seen how terrible things are outside of Sanctus' loving arms. Loving arms. Yeah, I hear you. Tell you what, you're trying to recruit AG back into your old gang, right? How would you know that? AG was what, 10 feet away when you two were whispering sweet nothings to each other? Of course, word's gonna go around. Fair enough, and you bring this up because... you helped my buddy here. Let me tell you something that might return the favor. You see, every single guy in here is messed up one way or another. You don't say! Aren't we all? Good point. What I'm trying to say here is that the regulars of the Empyrean would be terrible piles of misery if they were elsewhere. AG's a good guy, yeah? He might seem grumpy and all, but he's got a soft heart. You think so too, huh? He's the kind of person whose actions speak for him. Exactly. You might not want to talk about this, so you should be careful. One reason he might not want to get off his ass here is because he genuinely cares about the Empyrean's customers. Without this dump, they'd have nowhere else to chill and drown away their problems. AG being AG. Looks like it. I reckon he was a daddy figure in your old group, eh? Heard a bunch of you guys were pretty young. AG was definitely the oldest, but daddy figure? The idea sends chills down my spine. I suppose it would, eh? So, that could be the missing piece. And now that I know the goal of that puzzle is to get all the yellow lights on, I can take away all the other attempts. Well, let's talk to AG. We're not gonna bother with the radio, and still hasn't fixed that sign. Before he sat down, you couldn't help but notice the annoyed look on AG's face. You look like you're having a tough night. Damn herders keep buzzing around like flies. If I could just swat them without getting Sanctus dogs sicked on me, we'd have less mouths to feed around here. Herders were here? They were. They dropped by rather frequently. I guess taking trips to the local watering hole isn't beyond their divine nature. They enjoy their nights out too often, if you ask me. Let's talk about the herders. So, herder activity is not exclusive to spreading the word of Lord Septimus, huh? Herders are all just ambitious upstarts anyway. It's easy to see why they turn out the way they do. Being a pain in the ass is part of their job description. From Sanctus fanatics to heroic missionaries out there to share salvation. How could they possibly go wrong? Alright, that was you that said that. Salvation? Yeah, right. They have some delusion on a silver platter. That's putting it lightly, don't you think? These days, herders moonlight as recruiters of meat shields. They're still saviors in a way. The more poor saps are sent out to die, the more they save resources for the living. Preying on the weak and desperate has always been Sanctus's MO, right? To anyone feeble and hungry enough, fighting for Sanctus is a golden opportunity. The way I see it, Sanctus is really just doing the dirty work no one else has the gall for. Weeding out stragglers for the rest of the pack to survive is a sound strategy. A bit harsh, though. Harsh, but rational. Rational and effective. I know you agree with me on this, kid. Your hands aren't exactly clean. Remind me to salute a herder next time I see one, then. Go ahead. Maybe even listen to the bastards banter and join the cause. You want to get rid of me that badly, huh? Pretty much. A little dishonesty won't kill you. What can I say? I'm an honest man running an honest business. Profile has been updated. Let's talk to him again. This time we'll talk about nomads. Saw Nomad Group's recruitment poster outside. I think they call themselves the Iron Will. Did I miss anything? Are Nomad Groups in fashion again? I doubt they are doing very well. Now it's Sanctus and the GPA are turning everyone into soldiers and hoarding all the supplies. So I figured, what's that poster doing outside your bar then? What's your problem? The poster isn't doing any harm. Are you running with the Iron Will or what? You're generous enough to help them with their recruitment drive, apparently. They slapped a damn poster on my wall and I haven't taken it down yet. It's not much in the way of assistance if you ask me. Free beer, free ad space, you've gotten way more generous than when I first met you. I'm no Boy Scout like you, but I've come to appreciate the pleasant feeling I get from helping people. So that means, no. As far as your crazy mission goes, you're on your own. Harsh. If you use your head a little, you'll realize I'm actually doing you a favor. I'm sure you can find something better to spend your life on than chasing a delusion. Not gonna argue with you this time, but let me tell you, Toshio and Midori don't think it's so crazy. Genius kid might know a hell of a lot about technology in the old world, but he's still just a child. As gullible and impressionable as one his age could be. Midori's a good kid. She'll support you no matter what stupid endeavor you're haplessly diving into. As to whether or not she believes in Noah's Ark, I wonder. They're good friends, aren't they? Help me with something as important as, say, reviving my dead sister? You three will all come to terms with reality eventually. Have you even talked to Gunther and Hayami about this? Not yet. My first stop is the Empyrean. might as well make it your last. You're not gonna fool those two either. We'll see about that. Indeed we will. Profile's been updated. Let's go ahead and take a look at that, since we missed a couple here. Dealing with herders all the time has been grinding his gears lately. He seems awfully affected by nomad groups, even though they've been out of fashion. Anything new about her? No. Anything about Midori? No. Nothing about Blue. Sogeki? Know something about Eiji, Haru, the sober customer at the bar. Okay. Nothing new. Worthwhile, at least. Say, do you perhaps have more involvement with the Iron Will than you're letting me in on? I doubt leaving that poster outside sits well with your Sanctus patrons. Herders aren't going to like it. Try not to look too deeply into things. That's how conspiracy theorists get their start. I wonder, should I press on or leave this topic for now? Do I have enough information to go on? Let's press. You're a cunning, calculating man, Eiji. You're aware of the possibility that Sanctus might treat you as a nomad supporter. You know they'll harass you if you refuse to remove the poster outside. Nomads banding together is bad news for Sanctus. Unity gives hope. The only hope Sanctus wants to instill in people's hearts is the promise of a good life in the embrace of Lord Septimus. Are you finished? What other conspiracy theories do you have in that crowded brain of yours? Brush them off as much as you want, but you're not fooling anyone. We both know you fuss over the minor details way more than I do. I wouldn't be surprised if herders came here to give you a hard time. Is this the part where I clap my hands? Express my gratitude because I'm the role model of some lunatic who wants to bring back the dead? No, you don't have to do anything. Eiji's a tough nut to crack. I shouldn't have expected anything from a lead without proper evidence. I've done enough for tonight. No need to push it while Eiji is still in a good mood. I'm getting the hang of things, and Eiji is loosening up. At this rate, I might convince him to tag along soon. Miho, I can't wait to see your smile again. And another call. Right on time, here comes Midori's call. And I'm going to go ahead and create a save here. Udai Sadashi, we're reporting in. What? You wanted a stats report on Mission Recruit the Bartender, right? Did he kick you out again? Believe it or not, I got out on my own. Oh, things got hairy and you had to floor it. Nope, nothing like that. A herder visit had him all annoyed, but everything between us went smoothly. Glad to hear things are looking up for you, What are you saying? Things are looking up for us, not just me. This is Miho we're talking about. Oh, you're right. It's just a bad word choice, that's all. Never mind. Anyway, thanks a lot for your advice. It really came in handy. Of course, it only takes a little sensitivity to deal with Eiji, really. You two have complementary personalities, so to speak. Meaning? Well, you have your differences and similarities. For example, you both just can't stand around and do nothing when someone is in trouble. I can't speak for myself, but I did find out a thing or two about what Eiji's been doing. Still the caring old guy that we used to know. He's not that old. Heh, old enough for me. Because you keep on saying that, Eiji's probably more conscious of his age than other people in their late 20s. Anyway, I've been thinking. No way. What's that supposed to mean? Nothing, go on. If you were on an island with 4 animals, I knew it. Shut up and listen. If you were stuck on an island with 4 animals, a deer, a rooster, a monkey, and a bird, and it can only take 3 of them aboard the rescue ship, who would you leave behind? I can't say I didn't see this coming. Anyway, my answer would be... And since I have that save file handy, I'm going to go ahead and... Well, wouldn't you consider a rooster a bird anyway? But we'll just go with the deer. I'd leave with the deer, never gonna eat that one again. Okay. Wait a minute, does that mean you want to eat the bird and monkey? Whatever it takes to survive, right? The chicken will only last a couple of days. I see. That's how you'll do it, huh? Don't get me wrong, I'd save them all if I could, but you didn't really give me that option. Enough of the silly questions, though. How are things on your end? Do you really want to know? What's the sudden shift in the tone of her voice? Let's insist. Sure, lately you've only been talking about me and AG. I was wondering how you were doing over there. Where to start? I imagine Harajuku isn't much different from other metropolitan areas. Sanctus has been recruiting aggressively, and we often hear about the GPA's transgressions. That's funny, they call them transgressions as if Sanctus has sovereignty over the GPA. Their argument is a lot of new GPA recruits are chipped. A good portion of the GPA is now comprised of former Sanctus members. I bet both sides have a whoever is not with me is against me mentality. There's no middle ground, by choice or by force. You'll end up joining one or the other. The only real difference is in their recruitment measures. Sanctus will indirectly squeeze the life out of you until you join them, while the GPA does it in the loud way. It's so depressing to think about it. I try my best to help out in the community, but everyone is full of fear. Sounds tough. Hang in there, alright? Thanks. You too. Don't let AG push you around. Who do you think you're talking to? Of course I won't. That's the spirit. Click. Must be tough being stuck in one place like that. Mr. Charlton, we went everywhere, free as peregrine falcons, as AG would put it. I hope Midori is doing alright. And we'll take a quick look at some of these things lying around. This has been used for eons. If I stare too hard, that man might pop out of the billboard and smack me. Good enough. If I throw a rock up there, the people inside will probably retaliate with bullets. Good way of thinking, you. With so many signs outside, it's safe to assume this place was a jackpot for whoever flipped it. Glad to see there's a thriving little community here, no matter what means they use to survive. Let's see that chip. Okay, get inside. Still crazy? Doesn't look like she can be bothered. This one is still drunk. She's sleepy, no need to wake her up. What about the kid? Okay, he still hasn't changed. Let's check on these two. Still speaking a different language. Shh, he's here. What the hell? Greetings, mister. You're welcome here all time. I've been chipped since I was a baby, so I'd hope so. Welcome, welcome. What is wrong with this guy? Well, you kind of spooked him when you requested he use a different language. Really? Sorry, I didn't mean to. It's just a bit of infuriating to hear a conversation that's only half comprehensible. I could swear you were plotting against me. No, sir, we have no evil plans. Worship Sanctus, work hard, get paid. Cycle of life, yes? Whatever you say. Speaks in a different language. What was that? He, said he's thankful that you're so understanding. Okay? What did I ever do to these people? Guess Sanctus has to take whatever weirdos they can get. Speaking of which, the Sanctus nuts. Rain or shine, the destiny written in the stars is clear. That's the spirit. The followers of Lord Septimus have nothing to fear. The stars tell all the GPA shall grow to immeasurable numbers. They will storm the palace and Sanctus will fall. Have you been drinking in that fishy bar again? The lies of the infidels should only strengthen your faith, for they are ignorant and deluded. With the guidance of Lord Septimus, we are strong. Yeah, maybe you're right. Thank Lord Septimus, I'm not hungry tonight. Can't wait to see the looks on their faces when they are drafted and sent to the front lines to die. That's cruel. What am I thinking? Let's go ahead and meet the little girl and old man, and he's awake this time. We'll go ahead and click on the radio. A small city known before the Armageddon as a bastion of tradition was overrun by bandits who steal from Lord Septimus and his people. Once again, His Holiness proves supreme as the final Sanctus victory has secured the area. Increasing agricultural output and augmenting food supplies for the mighty Sanctus army and its people. So, you're run-of-the-mill propaganda. Let's talk to the crazy old man. The old man whispered to himself audibly enough for you to hear. They're coming. The invaders. Warning. warned Lord Septimus. The old man glared at you and raised his voice. The GPA is not the only enemy. We must prepare for the invaders. They're coming from the north, south, east, west. We're surrounded. Gramps, there are no invaders. Please just go to sleep. You're bothering you. Don't mind me. I'm used to it. At least he's not shoving me away from my bed this time. Thanks for keeping it occupied for me. We can thank Gramps for that. His own incoherent ramblings freak out anyone who enters this room. I'm sure. Good for me, then. Optimistically speaking, yes. I hope you can have a good night's sleep, even with Gramps around. You don't have to mind me, really. I can sleep in the middle of a battlefield if I have to. Thanks for understanding. Should I go to sleep? And I don't think I'm going to go back and look at the other options for Midori, since I don't think that has any major relevance. If I find out otherwise, I can. I have that save file right there, so let's check out the dream tonight. They're flying all over me. Their erratically flapping wings buzz in my ears. Insects, large in both size and number. They graze across my skin, but it doesn't hurt at all. If they're biting me, I cannot feel anything. I can't move. In my hand, I feel a weightless object. I raise it up to the light, which reflects off its blades and into my eyes, causing to close them by sheer reflex. When I open my eyes, I find a pair of scissors in my hand. I can see the scarabs around me prancing in an ominous rhythm. I swing at them with my scissors. They are nimble, untouchable. I flail my arms frantically and attack nothing but air. They retaliate in no painful manner. Like an otherworldly metaphor, they latch onto my mind for no discernible reason. I take a step back. I attempt to run for my life, but my body betrays me. My body refuses to move on my command, choosing instead to revel in the whirlwind of scarabs. Without my approval, my face turns. In front of me is a mirror, but is that reflection mine? I see a stranger whose arms are covered with scabs. The stranger tries to pick at the scabs. It was an exercise in futility. He scratched with all his might, but the scabs kept on growing. What are the scabs trying to hide? Why is the stranger trying to remove the scabs? And now we're into the fourth night. So that night was shorter than I thought, but we're still going to put a break here. So, create save. I might end up cutting this out, we'll see. But otherwise, we'll create a separate video for the next night. Until then, I'm the Hero of Light. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.